struggle to make cost of capital. That is a problem. Europe is the obvious case where, with 4 operators per market, they simply do not have enough scale to actually be earning cost of capital. India in reality has 3 operators, whereas Europe has, I think it's in the hundreds. So when you compare, it's very hard for a European operator to get scale. So we are often arguing for healthier regulation, a healthier regulatory environment that gives our customers profitability.
Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Shivani Gupta. Let's take a quick check of the top stories we're tracking. Big boost to NDA ahead of Tamil Nadu elections. Ousted AIA DMK leader TTV Dinakaran joins the fold. Madras High Court quashes the FIR against Amit Malviya of the BJP. SC says what Udayanidhi Stalin had said amounted to hate speech in context of his Eradicate Sanatan speech. Left criticizes ED raids in the Sabarimala Gold Theft case, while BJP attacks the SIT. Left minister calls ED action suspicious. Showdown after Udupi DC hoists saffron flag during a Mahotsav in Udupi's Karnataka. Congress seeks action against the DC. BJP calls criticism anti-Hindu. Budget 2026 likely to roll out people-friendly tax breaks with deductions on home loans and health insurance alongside sharp cuts in import duties for key manufacturing inputs. Sanjay Kapoor's mother Rani Kapoor moves Delhi High Court now, challenges family trust, alleges fraud, manipulation and illegal takeover of the 30,000 crore Sona Group by Priya Sachdev. Supreme Court flags exploitative air ticket price surges during festivals like Kumbh, calls for regulatory intervention, asks Centre DGCA for replies on guidelines. Top Indian CEOs, Tata, Bharti, Wipro, Infosys and others to meet US President Donald Trump during the World Economic Forum in Davos, highlighting India's corporate influence and global economic engagement. And Trump's Air Force One returns to Washington due to minor electrical issue. White House issues a statement. In a new twist to the ongoing saga over the Kapoor family estate, Rani Kapoor, mother of late businessman Sanjay Kapoor, has approached the Delhi High Court alleging that her daughter-in-law Priya Kapoor used a fraudulent trust to unlawfully divert family's assets. In a civil suit, Rani Kapoor seeks a declaration that the Rani Kapoor family trust created in 2017 is illegal, void and the result of fraud and undue influence. She has also asked for dissolution of the trust. The suit claims that through a complex web of transactions carried out in alleged collusion with her late son, all of Rani Kapoor's assets were diverted into the trust without her knowledge, further raising questions over Sanjay Kapoor's mysterious death, which came before the alleged fraud was discovered. Sanjay Kapoor's sister, Mandira Kapoor, has spoken to CNN News 18. Listen in what she has to say on this entire drama that is now currently playing out in courts as well.
Call recording floating, Mandira, with regards to Priya Sachdev Kapoor. How do you see these developments taking place? Because since the judgment is already reserved and these call records, which are purportedly floating on social media, tell a different story altogether.
Well, I've always said from the beginning that the truth will come out. And I stand by that. The truth will come out. It's now, let's see what plan they have to cover it up, whether they, what excuses they're going to come up with. But as far as I go, I've always stood by the truth will come out. And I believe in the justice system in this country. That seems to be happening now.
Priya Sachdev Kapoor has knocked the doors of the Supreme Court, seeking the divorce papers of Sanjay Kapoor and Karishma Kapoor. How do you see these developments? Because certain financial details have also been sought as far as things.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Number one, she has nothing to do with it. Secondly, she's already shown it in court, which she shouldn't have, because she's not brought out her divorce, information. No one's asked her. I don't know why she's brought Karishma's out, firstly. She has nothing to do with it, and she has nothing to do with the divorce. So I think it's a bit ridiculous that she has actually gone to the lengths of to the Supreme Court to ask for these documents when A, she already has them. B, what are you trying to achieve?
There's a claim that has been made, in fact, by Priya Sachdev Kapoor in a written submission that's been filed before, in fact, the Delhi High Court, wherein she claims that she has borne the expenses of Karishma's children after, in fact, Sanjay Kapoor's death. How do you see that? She has given an amount of over 96 lakh rupees that she has spent on the children as far as their travel and everything else is concerned.
Simple question, is she spending on Azaris? Because those are also my brother's kids. She's not doing any favors. Those are my brother's kids, so they have to be looked after. No one's doing any favors, and again, this is not her estate to be doing anything for anyone. So let's bring out her 2 kids' expenses and see what they're spending on them. Don't try and act like she can't act like she's doing any favors here. These are my brother's kids, this is our estate.
One thing that she has very categorically mentioned during the arguments also and in her written submissions is that both Ms. Rani Kapoor and the children of Karishma Kapoor have already gained a substantial amount of Sanjay Kapoor's wealth as far as the Rani Kapoor Trust is concerned. They've been given a big amount as per Priya Sachdev Kapoor. Is this something that you subscribe by, and why are basically she's questioning as to why then after receiving such a big amount these people are knocking the doors of the Delhi High Court?
Firstly, let me make it really clear. It's not hers to give to anyone. It doesn't belong to her, number one. Number two, nobody has received anything. It's all lies. Let her back it up with some truth. But firstly, again, I'm going to stick to it's not hers to give. And again, I'm going to say, if she's so thinking about giving 19 crores or whatever she's claimed, why doesn't she keep that and give the rest back to the family? Because it's not hers to give.
Well, absolutely. In fact, this is the kind of position that's emerging. The judgment is to come out very, very soon. It's already reserved. How hopeful are you with the Delhi High Court judgment?
Again, I'll say I believe in the justice system. I think it's very clear to everybody what is going on, and more comes out every day. I think the ridiculousness of asking to the Supreme Court for a divorce papers or agreement which has happened between someone who would, Lolo, Karishma and Sanjay, Sanjay is her ex-husband, but she has nothing to do with Karishma. So I don't understand. You can see the ridiculousness to distract and do all this rubbish for what? Let's just come out with the truth. Let's be done with this. You've got a whole family suffering this for what?
My colleague Ananya Bhatnagar is also joining us live. He's been tracking this entire court drama, but there is a new twist in this, Ananya, which is that Rani Kapoor has also filed a case in the Delhi High Court now.
Well, absolutely. Rani Kapoor has come out, of the closet and completely filed a case before the Delhi High Court, alleging and making serious allegations, Shivani, against Priya Kapoor Sachdev, clearly going on to suggest that she has manipulated her late son, Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, into making this fraudulent trust, which is the RK Family Trust, and disassociating her with all the properties that were, created by her husband, late Surinder Kapoor, and that is exactly what kind of allegations that have emerged out. In fact, she also goes on to say how Priya Kapoor Sachdev could not even stop for a day after Sanjay Kapoor's death and was appointed as board of directors of one of the companies of the Sona Group, and that is exactly what reveals her ill intent and malafide intent is what in fact Rani Kapoor has gone on to say. Meanwhile, before the Patiala House Court where we are standing today is a case going on where Priya Kapoor Sachdev is recording her statement, a pre-summoning evidence in a defamation case that she has filed against Mandira Kapoor Smith. Though media and other people were actually let out of the court after Priya's lawyers have actually sought for an in-camera hearing, which is quite unusual when a defamation case is there, because defamation is usually in public and it's rare that people are chucked out of a defamation case hearing when a pre-summoning is actually being recorded.
So give us a sense, Ananya, there are multiple of these cases, counter cases, as you pointed out. When can we expect any sort of court ruling or resolution in this very high profile 30,000 crore estate issue?
Well, it's absolutely a very, very long battle because multiple cases are filed. In one of those cases, which has been filed by Karishma Kapoor's children, that judgment has been reserved by the Delhi High Court and it might come out in a week or so. While, this another suit is to be heard by the Delhi High Court, so it will take a lot of time. And this defamation complaint has been filed by Priya Kapoor Sachdev is something, where pre-summoning evidence is being recorded. And if at all the court feels and admits this particular, criminal defamation case, then notices would be issued to Mandira Kapoor Smith against whom this case has been filed, and then the proceedings would follow. But definitely, the judgment as far as the Karishma Kapoor's case is children's case is concerned, it might come out in the near future. But the other cases, it's a long battle that is to be fought by the Kapoor and the Sachdevs.
All right. Ananya, thanks a lot for breaking down those details for us. We'll keep coming back to you for more. Moving on, the Union Budget 2026 could bring major relief for taxpayers under the new tax regime. Government sources say two key decisions are being actively mulled. First, a proposal to allow home loan interest deduction up to 2 lakh rupees even under the new tax regime, a benefit that is currently available only in the fading old system. Second, the government is considering a deduction of up to 50,000 rupees on medical insurance premiums, easing the burden of rising healthcare costs. But there's another angle. Trade front, the India-EU trade deal is expected to be signed. Finance Ministry sources tell CNN News 18 that big customs duty benefits could be announced in the upcoming budget. A cut in import duties is expected, especially on inputs crucial for key manufacturing sectors, aimed at boosting imports and exports and strengthening India's global competitiveness. Pallavi Ghosh is tracking more on this. Pallavi, first, let's speak about those tax deductions that could be allowed. The new tax regime is now the more favorable or the more adopted tax regime. The government is going to fade out the old one in any case. But because it doesn't provide any deductions, that is being mulled actively now.
Yes, there's a feeling within the government that, there's not incentive enough for people to shift just as yet from the old tax regime to the new tax regime, because the old tax regime does offer you many concessions on your home loan, education loan, and so on and so forth. And this is something which the finance minister has herself said repeatedly on the floor of the House, that I do want people to shift over to a new tax regime because it has many benefits. It is much, much more calibrated. It is more modern. And at the end of the day, it is more people's friendly. So as to attract people into a new tax regime, and for those who already are on the new tax regime to stay with it, these are the two changes which are being mulled, and which means it could give you concessions as far as a home loan is concerned, as far as a premium on a medical insurance is concerned. And that is what is the government's hope against hope, that eventually everyone would switch over voluntarily to the new tax regime.
And of course, you're also picking up, Pallavi, the fact that we live in this world where global trade is of key consequence right now. And the finance minister could announce certain key import or export duty cuts to help manufacturers particularly.
That's right. That's right. I know we have signed a lot of bilateral trade agreements or the free trade agreements as well, whether it's been with New Zealand, whether it's now with EU, with EFTA countries as well. But what has happened with America is something which looms large. Why is it that India has started looking out at new trading partners, also looking in as far as the Atma